I went to Ross last Thursday. I mentioned that I bought 4 color changing bulbs. I'm still on the fence as to whether I like them or not. One of the features it lists on them is they're supposed to have a memory. They're supposed to remember what mode they're on. Yeah, they don't. So I'm going to turn on the light switch right now. And I get this weird changing color, obnoxious. At least they're both kind of in sync and doing the same color at the same time. I guess that's pleasant. But yeah, this is a feature that the bulb offers that I would never use because I find it annoying. Yeah, it did not remember the mode it was in when I left, because the mode it was in was just full brightness white. When I turned it off like that, it should have come on to that. But I've noticed it doesn't matter. Every time I turn them on, that's what it comes on to. I don't know why that is. It could be that there's an internal battery in the bulbs that retains its memory and they're dead. I don't know, but that's an annoyance. There's the little remote control. That's a little chiclet thing. No real complaint. I mean, I'm not so fond of the style of remote control, but no real complaints. I do notice sometimes I got to practically hold it up by the bulbs. Like one bulb will receive the signal, but they won't both react. So I got to end up holding it. And that's kind of annoying. And I'm thinking it probably just came with a really cheap battery. Like, it had a little plastic tab that I pulled out of there to make it so you're not, that it wasn't using the battery while sitting on the shelf waiting to be purchased. But I'm sure they used the cheapest, lowest quality battery possible. And it's probably borderline dead. So I might get better performance out of this upon replacing that battery. Haven't done that yet. Haven't tried that because it's still kind of working. Yeah, this is its brightest setting, which doesn't honestly look bad in this video. It's not awful. It's just not as pleasant and as bright as the single bulb that I had in that light fixture prior to putting those 2 up there. The other one had more of a like kind of yellowish, natural kind of color temperature like an incandescent light would have. I'm not even sure what kind of bulb the one was I took out. This is it here. Does it say what brand it is on it anywhere? Does it say the brand? I don't see any indication of brand on it. I don't know. There's some really faint text there that I can't read. There's the Underwriter Laboratories logo. That's something. I don't know. I don't know where that bulb came from. It's hefty though. This thing has got some, it's a little bit larger than other ones, and it's got some definite heft to it. So wherever it came from, it seems to be a pretty high quality one. But yeah, this has got kind of a yellowish tone to it, which lights up the room the way like an traditional incandescent light would have, which is nice. The ones that I have now, it's just got sort of a harsh kind of white, that tone that a lot of people don't like about LED lights. Like this has that in a big way. Now when I come in from darkness and I turn it on, it's not bothersome, but I will tell you, when I went from that bulb to these bulbs and then I turned this all the way on the brightest setting for white, I'm just like, oh, this is awful. At this point it's not bothering me as much. So yeah, those strobing things are kind of annoying. Now, granted, I could, if I made a point to always turn it off and on with the remote versus a light switch, I wouldn't have that come into the obnoxious color changing mode. I do like the dimmer option. Although, yeah, I like the dimming. The dimming thing is nice. Like, there's the lowest setting. It's so dim with it on the lowest setting that unless I'm shining it at the lights, like the iPhone's not even recording much of anything. But it is enough that my eyes, which are pretty accustomed to darkness, I struggle with bright sunlight. But I prefer to be in a dark environment. I can see pretty good in this, like this. I mean, obviously not to read or anything, but just to maneuver around the room. It's comfortable. And there's the next brightest setting, and of course, since it's a digital thing, it's not like a dimmer with a potentiometer on a traditional bulb. There's just settings. So there's the second setting, third setting, fourth setting, which I think is the full brightness. So, but even with those few settings, like, I do like that. So red, green, blue, and then we've got this row of other colors. The yellow's not unpleasant. I kind of like the yellow. And then that, of course, goes to white. These things here, kind of hard to read the labeling on them. It's like black on a dark gray background. Let's see, that one says flash. That one says, oh, wow. And this happens. Sometimes I still got one yellow and one white because sometimes they don't both react to the remote. Is it any easier to read in the white? No, not really. Let's see, we got flash, strobe, fade, and smooth. Let's see what smooth does. Now that's pretty cool. Like the thing where it was like flashing from one color to another color was pretty annoying to me. But this smooth transition to different colors, I wish I could program out the red, but of course it's not that expensive of a bulb, and probably eliminate the white as well. But aside from the inclusion of white and red, I like this. This is pleasant. What are our other options here? I can't read the button. I got to go to full, and I got to hold the thing up for it to receive it. Okay, so that was on smooth. What difference is between smooth and fade? What does fade do? More or less the same thing. Okay, there's a difference between smooth and fade. I'm not seeing it. Those both sound like the same thing to me. They seem to do the same thing. I don't like strobing lights. Should I put an epilepsy warning in the video? Yeah, I'm about to hit the button that says strobe. So, if you're sensitive to that, look away from your screen. Let's see what we get. Hitting the button that says strobe. Oh, I got one light to respond. Come on, both of you respond. Red, green, blue, white, orange, blue. It's interesting how there's a little delay from the bulb on the left to the one on the right. Okay, so that's what it calls strobe. So then what is flash? Is there a difference between strobe and flash, or is it two more buttons with the same name for the same thing? Okay, one bulb responded, the other didn't. Flash seems to do it at a faster pace than strobe. Get back on strobe here. It's annoying how many times I have to press the button and hold it closer to it to get it to respond. Okay, so flash definitely does it at a faster pace than strobe. I would expect strobe to be the faster of those two options. I'm sure the people that, this was made in China, and I'm sure the people who put the words on it have no idea what those words even mean, and probably, use Google Translate or something equally miserable. Anyway, this particular purple here is the one I've become most fond of. And it gives an almost black-like color. And I've noticed that my random safety vests and fluorescent paper, which are in that clutter over there, seem to respond to it, not in that yellow pin over there, not as fiercely as if it was a proper black light, but I'm still getting some black light luminescence going on. So I've always loved black lights. And the fact that I've got this, and then I can also use the dimmer on it. Try to remember which one is the up and which is the down. Because once it gets dark, I can't read the damn buttons. Okay, and I've only got one responding. One of them dimmed, the other one didn't. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe just a new battery in this. So again, I got 4 brightness settings, but the dimmest setting on the black light-ish purple is a really, really comfortable kind of dark in here where I can see stuff in the room. It's as opposed to having it. Oh, where the hell's the button to turn it off? As opposed to darkness. one of them turned off, the other one didn't. Come on, both of y'all turn off. As opposed to having, dark where I can't see nothing, except some of my random LEDs on different electronics across the room, like my receiver that's always on, or the red power button on my HD radio tuner, which I haven't used in ages. I keep forgetting is up there. I used to listen to that thing almost every day. Ooh, and when I hit the on button, it immediately came back at full brightness. I was expecting it to be dimmer. Anyway, let's just get back to white. So, respond. So anyway, I'm on the fence on these lights. I really am. I did buy some other ones maybe about a year and a half ago. Some higher quality, I think they were Sylvania, which didn't come with a handy little remote like this, which I could easily lose. It's fallen like behind the bed a couple of times. I've had to dig for it. It uses a phone app. Now, I ended up putting those away, and I'm not really sure where the hell I put them. So I was thinking it would be a good idea to just... oh, fuck, I hate these lights. Remembers the mode you left it in. No, it doesn't. It comes on in this stupid, annoying fucking bullshit. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep those lights there. For all the stuff about it that I like, just coming in and turning on the light switch to red and then changing colors is enough for me to not want to keep fucking with that. I just need to put one of those bulbs in like a different fixture for night lighting and have a normal light on my switch above the bed.